What is up, you guys? Brooke here. Y'all notice my new tapestry behind me? I no longer have bikes for you all to look at. I now have gorgeous oak trees on a nice pathy road, and I love it. So I went ahead and posted the video that you are watching right here on a day that is not one of my regular posting days, and that is because I have been tagged in so many things recently that I'm dying to try and go ahead and do those tags, and I'm running out of time. I've been wanting to try and get them out to you guys somewhat within the next month or two. I'm trying to make my schedule make sense and to where it's not all tag. But the video that you're watching here today is not a tag video. It is a wrap-up video of what all I had watched, read, and what all I read, watched, and wrote this month of July. I finally said those words together correctly, and I'm proud of myself. My bangs are freaking me out, so if you guys see me touching my bangs today a lot, I pulled more over than normal, and so I'm keep doing a Justin Bieber type of thing today, and so I'm sorry if that bugs you. So let's talk about everything I have read last month, which was not very much, but I am still proud of what all I got done and accomplished. I finished Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince on audiobook. It was not my first time to go ahead and listen to the audiobook. That was my second time, I believe now, and that was read by Jim Dale. Anyone who is wanting to listen to the Harry Potter audiobooks, I definitely recommend you all listen to the Jim Dale readings of the Harry Potter books rather than Stephen Fry. I think Stephen Fry is great, but oh my gosh, Jim Dale does all of the voices oh so good. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is probably my least favorite Harry Potter book out of the series. There's just not that much that goes on. I don't know, there's just not so much tension. I don't know what it is. There's just not so much big, major, impactful moments besides the normal moments that impact us near the very end of the book, if you know what I'm saying. And it's great to see Harry and Ginny develop more of a relationship that isn't so much friendship. I always love that. And it's also fun to see Ron and Hermione trying to see if they want to be together, but then there's the drama with Lavender Brown, blah, 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 blah. But also, with that being said, I did get tired of Hermione and Ron being just mad at each other all throughout the book. I like it whenever the trio, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, I like it whenever they all get along. And this book, they just didn't get along for a lot of the majority of time. I'm probably gonna go ahead and give Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince an A-. I still adore this book. And speaking of Harry Potter, I also have been listening to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows this month. So right now, where am I at on that right now? Ron had just left because he was kind of wearing the necklace for a long time, so that's where I'm at. He had just left, and Harry and Hermione are very depressed right now because their friend is gone, and they're just kind of feeling really isolated. So that is where I'm at right now. Hopefully, I will go ahead and get this book done and read by this time in September. And if you watched my last month's wrap-up of where I was talking about what I read, I was in the middle of The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moreci, and oh my gosh, it is so good. There's been so many nights of where I'm writing for Camp NaNoWriMo and I'm just I just want to take a break and read because I'm in a really good spot right now with what all is going on. If it wasn't for Camp NaNoWriMo, I would have already been finished with that bad boy by now, and it was so good, or it is still good because I'm still in the process of reading it, and I'll most likely be giving it an A grade of some sort because it's just so good. So that wrapped up all of what I had read last month, so let's go ahead and talk about what all I watched. At the very beginning of July, I saw Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and I don't know what to rate this movie because I really liked it my first time of watching it. There was one thing at the very end, something that was revealed where I was that's stupid. Why would you do this? Just for some reason, it's I understand what you're talking about and what you're going for because of technology that has been talked about in these franchises of what they can do. But what they did, it just is you made it go too far. I can't believe this actually happened in a Jurassic Park movie. It just doesn't mesh well to me at all. And it's I still just can't get that out of my head. And just knowing that that's still going to be talked about in the next movie to come because it's just going to have to be somewhat mentioned. And it just is God, we still have to talk about this. I of course adored Chris Pratt as his character Owen in that franchise. He's just so cool and just so likable, so there's nothing really bad to say about Chris Pratt's performance at all. Same thing with Dallas Bryce Howard. I really enjoy her character. I liked her so much better in this movie rather than the first movie, just because she's a little bit more mellowed, just a tad bit. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jurassic World: A Fallen Kingdom probably a B to B minus, probably a B though, because I still really enjoyed that movie. And another movie I saw in the month of July was Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. My, how much did I love this movie? I had mentioned in one of my other Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs of me watching Mamma Mia and being so shocked by how good I thought it was. It was so good, and I wasn't expecting it to like it as much as I did with the first one. It's a definite chick flick. I don't like to say the word chick flick to describe movies, but that's a definite chick flick of a movie, and I liked that for the most part overall. It's a very enjoyable movie. This one, I bawled my freaking eyes out on certain parts because it was so touching, and I just was surprised by how emotional I was in this movie. And it was still a wonderful, great time to be had, but there were definitely emotional parts that I did not expect that totally hit home as I'm watching this movie with my mom, because obviously the Mamma Mia franchise has a mother and a daughter at their core who is having the story be wrapped around them. I'm gonna go ahead and give Mamma Mia probably a B plus or an A minus. I really liked this a lot more than I thought I was going to. And a movie I just saw last weekend, which was so kick butt awesome, was Mission Impossible Fallout. I am not a mega fan of this franchise. There's nothing wrong with this franchise. I just have never really seen the first one all the way through. I've only seen like that one major scene of where he's like over the floor. That's the only scene I've seen. I don't know. I just have never really been like a super mega fan of this franchise, but it's like if it's in the theater and my family wants to go see it, then I'll go see it. But oh my gosh, Mission Impossible Fallout was so good. The action scenes are just mind-blowingly perfection. Because Tom Cruise does like all of his stunts, like pretty much for the most part, everything that is like face that you see of him in a stunt, that is him. The bathroom scene is awesome with him and Henry Cavill. Also the scene of where they're like jumping out of a plane and they're in the sky, that's a really good scene too. And then just like everything, all of the scenes, they're so good. I'm gonna give Mission Impossible Fallout an A. So kick-ass. Go see it if you're wanting to. I totally think you should. TV-wise, the main thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about was Anne with an E. I had mentioned this on one of my Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs too, and talking about how I just like totally went through the first season really fast, which was one of the reasons why one of my Camp NaNoWriMo weeks was kind of lacking on the hours. And then I went through season 2 really fast as well. So that was a week where not much work got done, but a lot of Anne with an E got done. If you guys don't know, Anne with an E is a new retelling of the book Anne of Green Gables. I had watched the mini-series of Anne of Green Gables that was in the 1980s of whenever it was filmed. I liked Anne of Green Gables of what they had done back in that time frame of when they shot it in the 80s, but it was really corny and it was just kind of like, I like this, but I do wish they could have taken back the cheese a bit. But Anne with an E, they have it with such more realism and of like what all would actually be going down in that time frame. It's just so much more realistic of a take of Anne of Green Gables, and it still has that adorable cuteness, but it also just has moments of tenderness, cries of tears everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and give Anne with an E probably an A plus. A to A plus range, dude. I really like this series, and it's not like one of my go-to favorites of all time, but it's just really well done. And now to talk about all of what I wrote last month in July. If you hadn't watched my Camp NaNoWriMo vlogs, I will try and go ahead and post something somewhere to go ahead and have you catch up on that if you want to, but if you hadn't watched those, I will go ahead and give you a quick summary of what all I got accomplished. My original goal for Camp NaNoWriMo was 40 hours, and then last second I went ahead and changed it to 50 hours. And then near the end of camp, I kind of already knew that I wasn't going to hit my 50-hour mark, so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to 40 hours. And then I was so close to where I didn't make a goal still. I got 37 hours out of 40 hours accomplished in camp, and that's fine. I didn't actually technically win, but I feel like I won in my heart. I got all my angstiness about not winning out of the way in my last Camp NaNoWriMo vlog, and so I'm not so much aggravated about it anymore of not winning, but I am still so thrilled by how much I got accomplished. Whenever camp had started, I was on chapter 7 of my book, and now I am on chapter 15, and I could not be more happier because that was so much that I had gotten done, and I just feel like camp really trains you in a way to try and either write better or write faster, or to just kind of keep writing and not editing. I stopped editing what I had already written and I just moved on. Wait, should this be going this way for you guys? I don't know which way is the forward way. I just kept moving on and I just kept writing and not re-editing things. So I feel like that was really what pushed me to get super far in writing my book. Another thing that I did during this Camp NaNoWriMo was change 4 characters' names. I will go ahead and tell you what I changed them to and what they were changed from. I had a character named Ollie, who is now Owen. I had another character that I hadn't really decided on a name for them yet, and now they are Leo. A character whose name was Leo, who is now Eli, and a character's name who was Eli, who is now Cal or Calvin. So 2 people were named things that I had given to other people, and I don't know why I wanted to switch that around, but it was just kind of like, this person doesn't feel like this to me, but this person feels like this name to me. So I just did lots of switch up stuff. And that has been very strange to get used to whenever I'm typing out someone's name. They're not Leo anymore, they are Eli. Or they aren't Eli anymore, they are now Cal. It's just odd to get used to. It's been great to change those. I had been thinking about changing those for a long time. So it was great that this camp I actually got to go ahead and do that now. So that was my July wrap up for everything that I read, watched, and wrote in that month. And so I'm so excited for the progress I had made. If y'all liked this video, feel free to give me a big thumbs up below because that will really help me out. And what also would really make me smile was if you subscribe to my channel, because I post writing related content every Tuesday and Thursday, and I would love to have you here. And y'all should totally follow me on social media to keep up with what all I'm writing in my books and what I'm doing in my free time and stuff, because I like to talk to you guys outside of the world of YouTube. And you can follow me at _Brooke Passmore on Twitter and Instagram. That is where I'm at most often. Thank you all so much for stopping by today, and I will see you next time. Bye!